Messi opens PSG account, Real in Champions League shock, Liverpool smash Porto, and a transfer roundup all coming up in the next few minutes. As I'm your host, Matt Folick, you are the One Footballers, and this is the Daily News. So first off, as I'm sure you are absolutely aware, Lionel Messi scored for PSG last night and opened his account in France, and what a goal it was. It was classic Messi. You've all seen his goals before, you've all watched him for loads of years at Barcelona, and it's just what he does. Running towards the box, plays a 1-2 with the striker, and then side foots it into the back of the net, and it looks so easy. Bearing in mind, this is past a solid Manchester City defence and a brilliant goalkeeper in Edison, and it was just utterly fantastic. After the game, Messi said he's relieved to get his first goal, and that he's got to get used to playing with these players, and they've got to get used to playing with him. But by the looks of it, that's starting to happen, and any future opponents for PSG should probably worry right about now. As I mentioned, Messi found the back of the net, and it was his 7th goal against former manager Pep Guardiola, and dented his chances of taking home the Champions League trophy. I say that, there's a lot of football yet to be played, but this defeat isn't exactly something Guardiola would want heading into the midway point of the Champions League group stage. What it was, though, was a rather interesting game, and despite Messi's goal and Idrissa Gana Gueye becoming some sort of unbelievably free-scoring midfielder, it was actually not a bad performance from Manchester City. They just couldn't find the back of the net, and this was down in part to the fact that Gigi Donnarumma had a brilliant game. There was quite a few shots on target from Manchester City, but they could not find a way through, and it now means that they've got 3 points after 2 games in the Champions League. As for PSG, they've got 4 after their draw in the first game with Bruges, who last night are also on 4 points thanks to a brilliant turnaround victory against RB Leipzig. They were probably the ones you thought would have finished bottom in this group, having seen the draw initially, but have made a pretty good go of it after the first 2 matches. Next up though, we've gone from something rather inevitable, which is Lionel Messi finding the back of the net, to an unbelievable shock in the Champions League, and that is Real Madrid losing at home to Sheriff from Moldova. I do not quite believe it. A 2-1 victory means they now have 2 wins from 2 and sit atop of the group with Real Madrid, Inter Milan and Shakhtar Donetsk. And what a ridiculously good goal it was to win it. A half volley from the edge of the box that flies into the top corner. Scintillating stuff, and Carlo Ancelotti, the Real Madrid manager, was probably hoping that they turn up and win the game, which would have been their 100th home win in the Champions League. The Bernabeu was ready, there was a return to the Bernabeu for Champions League action, but the victory was not meant to be, and the manager said that he wasn't worried, but was a little bit sad because they just couldn't get the finer details right on the night. The finer details being finding the back of the net more times than the opposition, which is what Sheriff did with just 3 shots on target, managing to find 2 goals. But all credit does go to the team, and this is something that we wouldn't have seen had the European Super League gone ahead. This is a bit of a kick in the nuts for all those that wanted the European Super League, because Sheriff would never have got the chance to even play against Real Madrid, never mind take to the field, put in a great performance and end up winning the match altogether. They'll be hoping to make it through to the last 16 of the competition, and having seen their first 2 performances, I see absolutely no reason why they can't make it. As for the other game in the group with the teams that I've mentioned, Inter and Shakhtar both played out a 0-0 draw, which doesn't really help either team after losses on the opening day. Next up though, and something that we've come to expect, and it's Liverpool going to Porto and absolutely hammering them. After scoring 9 in Porto in their last 2 matches combined, they put another 5 past them last night. They must be absolutely sick of the sight of Jurgen Klopp's men. Now, Salah, Mane and Firmino will probably steal the headlines because they were the 3 to get on the score sheet up front for Liverpool, but there are 2 other players who deserve a massive mention. One of them is Jordan Henderson. Whether you love him, whether you hate him, you think he's a good captain, a bad captain, a good player, a bad player, this, that and the other, you do not have a scintillating career at Liverpool, which now a senior played 400 times from the club as of last night without being half a decent player. He's been there through the ups and the downs, and last night put in another brilliant performance alongside midfield maestro Curtis Jones. That's right, he's earning that title with some stunning midfield displays and is looking more and more at home in the centre of midfield for Liverpool. When it comes to Liverpool's best 11 at the moment, I think Jones is there. Yes, they've got bigger names, better players, but in this kind of form, it's really difficult to disregard him from the squad. He was involved in 4 of the 5 goals last night as Jurgen Klopp's men started a brilliant Champions League campaign with 2 victories. Elsewhere in the group though, it is kind of the group of death. They've got AC Milan and Atletico Madrid, and AC Milan lost last night after going down to 10 men but taking the lead, as an Antoine Griezmann goal for Atletico Madrid and a last minute Luis Suarez penalty gave all 3 points to the visitors. And can you imagine Luis Suarez last minute winning penalty in a couple of weeks time at Anfield? Oh my word. would hit the fan. That would be absolutely insane. Anyway, we'll worry about that when it comes to it next time. As for now, it means that Atletico Madrid and Liverpool have a rather interesting clash at the top of the table in the next round of fixtures. Elsewhere last night, and Dortmund and Ajax kept up their 100% records with comfortable home wins. Finally then, we come to a quick round up of the rest of the day's transfer news that you might have missed. And Andre Onana's contract at Ajax will not be extended, meaning he'll be a free agent next summer. West Ham are in talks with Juventus over Weston McKennie in fear of losing Declan Rice. Dortmund look to have identified Anthony Martial should they lose Erling Haaland next summer. And last but not least, Barca have joined Bayern Munich in the race for Ajax winger Anthony. So that's all from me then. Check out everything else we've got going on, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.